Why high-value men ignore women. Modern Stoic. Have you ever noticed that some men effortlessly attract women while others struggle, no matter how good-looking or wealthy they are? If you think it's all about money or appearance, you're missing the bigger picture. There are countless rich men who get ignored, and attractive guys who can't get a single date. So, what's the real secret? Why do some men always have options while others are left frustrated? The answer is simple. High-value men understand the power of selective attention. They know when to engage and, more importantly, when to ignore. This isn't about playing games. It's about mastering yourself, prioritizing your energy, and refusing to be controlled by fleeting emotions. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why high-value men ignore women, and how you can apply this principle to increase your own value and attraction. Watch until the end, and take the first step toward unshakable confidence and true masculine power. Number 10. They are not desperate for women's approval. High-value men ignore women not out of arrogance or superiority, but because they do not seek validation from others, especially from women. These men are secure in themselves, knowing their worth and value without needing constant affirmation. This mindset is what sets high-value men apart from others. They don't feel the need to prove themselves or seek approval. They understand that their value isn't dependent on external validation, but comes from within. It is not about being indifferent or cold. It is about having the strength to not be swayed by others' opinions. Their confidence is rooted in healthy self-esteem, not arrogance, and it shapes their interactions with everyone they meet. When you are not desperate for approval, your actions are genuine and come from a place of inner peace. This allows high-value men to build more meaningful and authentic connections, whether in their personal or professional lives. In fact, this self-assurance often makes them more attractive to women, as they radiate an aura of calm confidence, which is naturally magnetic. By not chasing validation, high-value men also exhibit a key Stoic principle: maintaining control over their emotions and not allowing others to dictate how they feel. This self-reliance fosters success in many areas of life, because these men know they are already complete as they are. So, when a high-value man chooses to ignore a woman, it is not because he doesn't value her, but because he understands the power of self-respect and emotional independence. He doesn't need anyone's approval to feel whole. In fact, high-value men are rarely desperate for anything, and this emotional mastery sets them up for true success and fulfilling relationships. Number 9. They are busy creating their own lives. High-value men understand that time is a limited resource, and they are intentional with how they use it. They have a clear vision for their lives and are deeply committed to turning that vision into reality. This means they are not distracted by fleeting moments of superficial interactions, such as meaningless flirting or shallow relationships. Instead, they prioritize their time and energy on pursuits that contribute to their personal growth, career success, and overall life goals. This focused ambition is what sets them apart from the majority of men who wait for life to come to them. A high-value man is always in motion, shaping his future and building the kind of life that brings him fulfillment and satisfaction. His time and efforts are invested in actions that create lasting value, whether it's through professional development, personal health, or cultivating relationships that add substance to his life. This is not about arrogance, but about being purposeful and driven, a man who chooses to act rather than react. When a high-value man ignores a woman, it's not out of disrespect or disinterest in her. It's simply because he doesn't have the time or energy to engage in relationships that lack depth or clear intentions. A man of this caliber doesn't waste his time on idle chatter or relationships that do not align with his goals or values. He knows his worth and expects the same from those around him, including women. His attention is focused on meaningful connections, whether it's building a solid career, investing in his personal development, or nurturing a partnership that offers mutual growth. In today's fast-paced world, where many people struggle with balancing priorities, a high-value man is conscious of where he places his energy. He doesn't entertain distractions that will take him off course. In fact, the proactive mindset of a high-value man is what makes him highly attractive to women. It's the clarity of his purpose and the consistency with which he pursues his goals that makes him stand out. Women are drawn to men who have their own life firmly in hand, not because they are looking for someone to complete them, but because they want to partner with someone who is strong, self-sufficient, and purposeful. A high-value man understands that a successful relationship is not about filling a void, but about coming together to build something meaningful. This is a lesson that can be applied to modern life. Don't seek validation or engagement in shallow interactions. Instead, focus on what drives you and surround yourself with people who align with your values and ambitions. The more you create the life you desire, the more people, especially women, will naturally be drawn to your authenticity and self-assuredness. Number 8. They don't play games. High-value men understand the intricate dynamics of human behavior, particularly when it comes to women. They know that women are deeply emotional beings, and they use this knowledge to their advantage. Recognizing that emotions play a significant role in decision-making, high-value men approach women with patience and awareness. Instead of rushing into a direct request, like asking for a woman's number, they take the time to engage in meaningful conversations. They understand the importance of creating a connection, building rapport, and allowing the woman to feel comfortable in their presence. This initial emotional connection lays the groundwork for a stronger bond, as women are more likely to say yes when they feel emotionally aligned with someone. Furthermore, high-value men are also keenly aware that women often prefer to feel in control of situations, particularly when it comes to dating. They don't impose their own desires or rush into setting up plans. Instead, they suggest options and leave the decision-making in the hands of the woman. This subtle yet powerful approach makes her feel empowered and respected, increasing the likelihood of a positive response. By aligning their actions with a deeper understanding of how women think and feel, high-value men dramatically improve their chances of success. They don't just rely on superficial tactics or fleeting charm. They build genuine connections that are rooted in emotional intelligence. In today's world, where emotional awareness and connection are key to successful relationships, these men know the value of patience, respect, and understanding in cultivating meaningful interactions. Through their approach, they show that true confidence and value aren't about pursuing someone relentlessly, but rather allowing the woman to feel heard, valued, and in control, ultimately leading to a stronger, more authentic connection. If you're a high-value man, live by that principle and leave a comment confirming, "I don't play games." Number 7. They are not women pleasers. A high-value man never seeks attention out of desperation. Picture this. You're at a social event, and across the room, there's a woman who catches your eye. What do? Most men would rush over, eager to engage her in conversation, perhaps try to impress her with jokes, or even buy her a drink in hopes that she notices them. But here's the truth. These actions only serve to show weakness, insecurity, and desperation. Women can sense when a man is desperate, and that desperation doesn't attract them, it repels them. A high-value man understands that his worth is not defined by how much attention he can get from others, especially women. He knows that if a woman is genuinely interested in him, she will make the effort to approach him. He doesn't need to chase after her because he knows that he has nothing to prove. As Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." For a high-value man, his confidence is rooted in the understanding that his worth isn't determined by the attention or approval of others, but by his inner strength and self-sufficiency. However, this doesn't mean he avoids women altogether. When a high-value man approaches a woman, it's not from a place of neediness, but from a place of strength. His actions are deliberate, respectful, and measured, never seeking validation, but merely offering an opportunity for connection. This kind of behavior is not only attractive, but also powerful, because it demonstrates emotional control, self-respect, and the ability to remain unaffected by external validation. So, gentlemen, if you want to embody the essence of high value, understand this. Never beg for attention. Let your confidence speak for itself. and allow others to come to you if they are interested. It's time to recognize your own worth and stop seeking approval from others. Remember, he who is brave is free. Let's comment, I am free. Number 6. They are very selective when it comes to women. High-value men don't chase after every woman they meet. Instead, they are extremely selective. Many men believe that dating as many women as possible increases their chances of finding the right one. But this is a fallacy. A man who truly understands his worth doesn't waste time with just anyone. He carefully considers the qualities he seeks in a partner. High-value men know that being picky isn't a weakness. It's a strategic decision that saves them from unnecessary distractions. They would rather be single, enjoying their own company, than settle for someone who doesn't align with their values and vision for the future. This is a powerful mindset that women can sense and find irresistible. Think about it. When a man isn't desperate or rushing into relationships, it signals strength, control, and purpose. This magnetic energy makes him stand out. Women are drawn to men who exude confidence and know exactly what they want. It shows that he values himself enough to wait for the right person, someone who complements his life rather than complicating it. As the famous Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." High-value men don't waste time with superficial connections because they understand that true success in relationships takes patience, intentionality, and a deep sense of self-worth. They are not afraid to say no to countless opportunities that don't serve their greater purpose. When a man practices this discernment, he demonstrates a powerful mastery of his own emotions and desires, creating a foundation of respect, not only from women, but from everyone he encounters. So understand this. By being selective, by refusing to settle, you elevate your standards and attract the women who are aligned with your vision. It's about more than just finding someone. It's about finding the right one. If you want to be a high-value man who commands respect and attracts a partner who truly deserves you, remember, the right one is worth the wait. Stop chasing. Start attracting by embodying the values you know are crucial for your success and happiness. Take control of your destiny and never settle for less. Now share your thoughts. Comment below with a bold statement about what you are waiting for in your ideal partner. If this message resonates, hit like, subscribe, and join a community of men who are mastering their worth, and comment, I am a high-value man. Number 5. They know how women work. High-value men understand female psychology at a deep level, and this awareness allows them to navigate relationships with a sense of control and emotional detachment that sets them apart. They recognize that women are primarily emotional beings, driven by feelings rather than pure logic, and they use this understanding strategically in their interactions. Unlike average men who rush into asking for a phone number or a date, high-value men follow Stoic rules and employ practical Stoicism to approach relationships with patience and intention. They take the time to build an emotional connection first, knowing that attraction is not just about appearance or words, but about how a woman feels in their presence. They listen, observe, and create an environment where she feels comfortable and drawn to them naturally. These men also understand the subtle dynamics of power. Women prefer to feel in control of their decisions, and high-value men respect this by offering choices rather than making direct demands. Instead of pressuring a woman into a date, they suggest an option and let her decide, subtly guiding her towards saying yes, while making her feel like it was her choice all along. This kind of social awareness is not manipulation, but mastery, an application of practical Stoicism in daily life that ensures they remain unaffected by emotional turbulence while still being effective in relationships. They don't chase or beg for attention because they know that true attraction isn't built through desperation, but through scarcity and self-respect. A woman senses when a man values himself, and she responds accordingly. In modern life, where dating has become a game of instant gratification and short attention spans, high-value men stand out because they operate by different principles. They are selective, they maintain high standards, and they never let emotions cloud their judgment. They know that a woman's initial attraction is fleeting, but if they trigger the right emotions through patience, self-control, and an unshakable presence, they remain desirable in the long term. The key is not to react impulsively or become overly invested too soon. Instead, they follow Stoic rules by staying grounded, observing before acting, and maintaining an air of mystery and challenge. This is why they often ignore women, not out of arrogance, but because they understand that real power in attraction lies in restraint. When a man is unbothered, focused on his purpose, and unwilling to be emotionally swayed by fleeting moments, he becomes irresistibly magnetic. And that is the essence of practical stoicism in relationships: mastering emotions, leading with quiet confidence, and always being the one in control of the frame. Number 4. They are not afraid to be alone. High-value men understand that their worth doesn't depend on having a woman by their side. They are not afraid of being alone. Ask yourself, why do you desire a relationship? If the answer is anything other than, because I want to be with someone I love and who loves me back, you are not truly ready for a relationship. High-value men know that they are enough on their own. They do not seek validation from others, especially from women. They understand that their happiness, success, and purpose are not tied to a partner. This understanding of self-worth exudes confidence, and women can sense it. It is this inner strength, this powerful self-reliance, that draws women in, not the desperate need for their attention. As the great philosopher Epictetus said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." High-value men embody this philosophy, knowing that they do not need to control others or rely on external validation to feel whole. They are complete without anyone else. This makes them powerful and magnetic, as their energy is not centered on pleasing others, but on pursuing their own purpose. This is a lesson for every man. Do not fear being alone, for it is in solitude that you discover your strength and your true value. If you can embrace this mindset, you will never be afraid to walk away from a relationship that does not serve you. Remember, it is better to be alone than to settle for less than you deserve. High-value men understand this truth deep within. Do you? Like, comment, and subscribe if you believe in the power of self-sufficiency and inner strength. What are you waiting for? Step into your power and let go of the fear of solitude. Number 3. They wait for the right moment. There's a right time and a wrong time to do everything, and high-value men know that timing is everything when it comes to relationships. They know that you can't just ask a woman out on a date whenever you feel like it. You have to wait for the right moment. Have you ever watched a lion hunt? It does not strike the moment it spots its prey. It watches, it analyzes, it waits. Then, when the time is right, it makes its move, swift, precise, and decisive. High-value men operate the same way in relationships. They do not desperately pursue. They do not reveal their intentions too soon. Instead, they walk the paths of wisdom, understanding female psychology, reading signals, and knowing when a woman is genuinely interested versus when she is just testing their patience. A true man does not get caught up in emotional games. He controls the game. So you meet an attractive woman? Do not rush in. Do not show too much excitement. If you are too available, you will be taken for granted. But if you step back, create space, and let her feel your absence, she will start thinking about you more. High-value men do not chase. They attract. They use Stoicism to maintain composure, preserve their value, and stay in control. This is the power of reverse psychology. The less you show interest, the more she wonders about you, the more she desires you. So what is the lesson here? Stop chasing women. Step back and observe. Let them crave you instead of the other way around. Attraction does not come from showing too much interest. It comes from knowing how to hold back and wait for the right moment. Napoleon once said, "The winner is not the one who strikes first, but the one who knows when to strike." If you want to master life, remember this. Be the man that women want, not the man who is trying to win them over. If you agree, comment "I control the game," and don't forget to like and subscribe for more powerful lessons on dominating life. Number 2, they take care of themselves first. High-value men understand the importance of prioritizing their own well-being, which might seem counterintuitive at first, but is essential for maintaining a healthy relationship with others. The idea of putting yourself first isn't selfish. Rather, it's an act of wisdom. As the saying goes, you can't pour from an empty cup. If a man isn't fully grounded and confident in himself, how can he give his best to anyone else? High-value men prioritize their own physical, emotional, and mental health because they know that this self-care enables them to be the best versions of themselves, whether in a relationship, at work, or in their personal lives. By taking the time to nurture their own needs, be it through fitness, hobbies, or simply rest, they create the foundation to support those around them effectively. This doesn't mean they neglect others, but rather that they recognize that by staying balanced and healthy, they can give more and show up as a stronger partner, friend, and leader. Women, in particular, find this quality irresistibly attractive. It signals not only independence, but also strength and emotional maturity, traits that make a man more desirable. When a man is able to take care of himself, it shows that he's self-sufficient and isn't relying on others to fulfill his emotional or physical needs. This quality signals emotional stability and self-respect, traits that are essential for a lasting and meaningful relationship. The great Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." High-value men live by this principle, constantly striving to be the best version of themselves before they can offer anything to others. So, if you're a man who is constantly putting everyone else's needs above your own, it might be time to reassess. Self-care isn't just about physical appearance. It's about being mentally and emotionally equipped to deal with life's challenges. By focusing on your own growth and well-being, you'll naturally increase your value, and women will find that deeply attractive. Take the time to care for yourself. It's the most important thing you can do, not only for yourself, but for those you care about as well. I encourage you to share your thoughts on this in the comments section below. How do you take care of yourself? How has focusing on your own needs improved your life or relationships? Number 1, they never beg for attention. Picture this. You're at a party, and across the room, you see a woman who catches your eye. Most men rush in, trying to impress her, cracking jokes, offering drinks, or doing anything to hold her interest. But a man who understands his worth does not chase. He attracts. His presence alone speaks louder than words, and his confidence is not derived from external validation, but from an unshakable self-assurance. He knows that if a woman is genuinely interested, she will naturally gravitate toward him. This isn't about arrogance, it's about self-respect. A high-value man engages the world from a position of strength, not desperation. If he chooses to approach a woman, he does so because he is genuinely curious about her, not because he needs her attention to feel important. He stands firm, unaffected by rejection, because he understands that his value isn't dictated by someone else's interest in him. This is the essence of practical Stoicism for daily life, remaining centered and unshaken no matter the external circumstances. When a man begs for attention, he sends a signal that he is incomplete, that he seeks validation outside himself. But a true Stoic, a man with an iron mind, knows that his presence, his self-control, and his quiet confidence are what truly make him stand out. The best way to attract high-quality people into your life is to become one yourself. Women, like all people, are drawn to those who have mastered themselves, those who do not waver in their sense of purpose. So the next time you feel the urge to chase, pause and remember, you are the prize. Carry yourself accordingly. Don't get this wrong. We're not saying that you should never approach women, but if you do, make sure that you are coming from a place of strength. Do it like a real man, not like a little boy begging for attention. Alright, that's it for today's video. I hope you found these insights helpful. Remember, the journey to becoming a high-value man is all about focusing on your own growth and making yourself a priority. It's not about waiting for validation from others, but about being solid and confident within yourself. Before I go, here are 3 quick takeaways for you. 1. Never depend on a woman for your happiness. Be happy with yourself first. 2. Don't fear being alone. Embrace your solitude. It's empowering and a sign of strength. 3. And finally, stop trying to please everyone. When you put others' needs above your own, you only build resentment. You deserve to be respected and valued. Now, check out the next video that's on your screen. It's going to show you exactly how high-value men talk to women. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button and give it a thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.